Struggling with prop firms? Let's go.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you there are times to wait for a break and then retest, obviously take the trade, and there are times to just take trades of the bounces of the zones. Now me personally, I'd obviously trade the break or retest, but I don't basically take bounce trades of basically, if price comes to a support level, I just go for a buy, or I don't trade the bounces, I just trade the breakouts. So now you might be looking at some of these setups. We're going to be using gold for the example. You might be looking at these setups thinking, well, they're perfect bounces off here, right? And with a nice risk to reward. I'm going to be going through some of these, and trust me, just obviously do your homework on this. Watch this video over and over again. But you can see some of these breakouts, and you can see some of these. Well, this is a breakout. Pretty much I've just highlighted all the breakouts, which just one moment. Let's do the bounces in a different color. Do the bounces in this color, and we'll see. I'm calling them bounces, but these are obviously just clear rejections. See, this one would be a losing trade, so I'll just color this one in. Color orange. I like to color the losses in orange. You've got another one here as well. Okay, so this one, see, look at this. If we just went off the bounce of the resistance, this breakout, because we'd already just typically we're going to be looking at 1 to 5s for all of them, but this breakout over here, this would have never really been an opportunity, because obviously we're riding the move down onto the downside. So let's just change the color. Let's include it anyway, and then we'll go through these two as well. So I'm just looking for, is there any more? This will be the breakout. We'll just look at these for now. By the way, do leave a like, comment, subscribe. I post a video pretty much every other day, and link will be in the video description as well if anyone is looking for a one-to-one mentorship. And yeah, so let's just check out actually winning trades, which are the students. It's been a very slow day today with the markets, so yeah, I'm not surprised no one's posting anything today, but as you can see, yesterday catching nice big moves. But yeah, so if you've been doing this for a while, you're still struggling, a super simple break and retest strategy, just message me one-to-one, join the Discord community. I don't work with everyone, so I'm very picky with that. But yeah, just give me a message, drop me a message, or if you're just interested in a super affordable £99 course, that'll be in the link as well. So what can we see over here? Now gold, obviously we just marked our zones, and I'm just going to play a game of ping pong, right? Now ideally, now people, I see people making videos on the break retest or just rejections, and what is your best form of a rejection, right? From here, now you can go on any time frame you want to use. Let's just use 15 minutes for the example. So price comes up here, right? Price has already created a rejection here. Price comes up to the same level. Now we can see these wick rejections. So I'm going to go through this like basically where anyone can understand, even a child. So that's going to be the thought process behind this. So if I talk in a certain way, I don't want anyone getting offended, but I'm just trying to make it super simple. So price comes up to this resistance here, and obviously now we've got these multiple wick rejections over here. What you can do is count your wicks, right? Example, if you don't have 4 wick rejections, or 5 or 3, don't take the trade. Now I can add more confidence to that is, you want to see weakness in the trend on the way up. So I'll go through the breakouts after, but let's go through the bounces first. So price is on the way up, but we can see bearish candles in there as well. See bearish candles in these this bullish push to the upside, and people obviously call this a double top, triple top, but let's just keep it nice and simple for now. So price comes up, we've got our multiple wick rejections. Once you've got that, right, another confluence you can add is typically candlestick patterns. So I can see over here a dark cloud cover. So what I'll do is let's change the color of the dark cloud cover. Just keep it red. Now what is basically a dark cloud cover? A pattern, basically you want, as the volume goes smaller and smaller, you see the bullish candle, smaller body, then the opposite candle creeps in, but very small, obviously, because just showing early signs that it does exist, and then the next candle just covers the whole range. Not the best possible example, but it still closes below the wick low of the previous candle, but not if it closes below this first candle that starts the pattern. It's a very, very powerful pattern. So look at this one. There's another one over here. Okay, this will be a better example here, right? This candle here closes below the both of the two candles. There's not the best one here, but there is one over here as well. So let's just say you take your entry from here. Stops, ideally you want a above the wicks, and obviously this gives you, I mean, it still gives you a nice easy 1 to 5. Now over here we got our wick rejections, but we don't have a certain pattern that we're looking for. Now we've got a bearish engulfing here, but not the best bearish engulfing. Look, there are huge wicks to the downside, so you can just drop to a small time frame. Do we see a very dark cloud cover? Yes, again, not the best. Just go on a small time frame. Now another advice I would like to give is, if you stick to a time frame, pick a time frame, just stick to the one. Don't start going through. I'm just going through different ones for just the purpose of the video. Not the best example there. This one's already moved up too far. Again, not the best example. Let's see what 2 minutes showing us. Okay. Now when you go on a small time frame, right, this kind of pattern is going to be very similar. I mean, it is going to show quite a lot on it, but yet, you know, normally something that's common normally has no value. But trust me, a head and shoulder pattern at entry level, you'll be surprised how many times this setup wins. And that's all we're doing, waiting for resistance. Now obviously, don't be doing, you know, if you're waiting for a rejection of a zone, then you're doing the breakouts as well, right? You're just applying two strategies, and you're just trying to be too smart, and you just end up getting burnt. Trust me when I say that is not the game you want to play. You don't want to, you know, risk your money on two different strategies. That'll be very, very silly to do. Just one moment. I'm just on a looking at my position that I've got live. Anyways, yeah, still running. Anyways, so we've got obviously a head and shoulder pattern hiding in here. Not the best one looking over here. Even if you was to take a sell from here, this would have been a losing trade. We've got a huge, look at this, left shoulder here, the right shoulder here. But I mean, this was the first time the head and shoulders were actually the left shoulder was created first, but this was the first time two shoulders were completed as a pair the first time. And then obviously this is the move that pushed to the downside. Now if I were to go through the breakouts, now the breakouts are much more simple to me, right? And this is what obviously psychologically, mentally, visually, I understand them much better. Price, huge bullish candle, breakout, price comes down here. I mean, you can just drop down to a small time frame. Again, if I was using that same candlestick pattern, you can see it over there. Let me show you guys a bullish piecing pattern. The opposite of the dark cloud cover. It's got a small time frame. You're gonna have to go, if you want them sniper clean entries, you're gonna have to go on a small time frame. Bullish engulfing over here. Another pattern that you can use, we'll call it the engulfing in green. So if you put it here, how it stops below the wick, below the pattern, candlestick pattern, below the wick and the zone, super important. I mean, even still, 1 to 3.45, it's very, very nice, cannot complain. Let's see what we've got over here. We've got plenty. So let's just say we're not going to be using this one. I'll delete this one, right? Let's just say we're not using just the bonds of the zones. Let's just say we are using again the breakouts. Price breaks through, huge bearish candle, a lot of volume, a lot of momentum behind it. Let's go on a smaller time frame. Let's go on a 10-minute. Let's see what we can find. Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, price breaks through. Now this dark cloud cover is not your entry, right? That's not your entry. Just because it's broken through, this is part of the breakout. What this is just telling me is it's a strong breakout. Okay, this would be your entry, right? Price comes back up again. Better example of a dark cloud cover pattern. We're going to obviously see, yeah, this is going to be the best form that we could possibly use. Now you can backtest this. If you want the pattern forms, sometimes price will retrace a little. You can take your entry. The absolute safest method obviously would be this one. That's too big for my liking. Still, you can get a nice 1 to 5, easily smashed. And again, just by knowing your candlestick patterns, just by knowing, you know, where to enter from, just by drawing your zones correctly, it's a game changer, right? It will take your trading to a totally different level, 100%. Now we've got this set up over here, and this is a loss, right? They say study your winners but also study your losses. Some people even say study your losses more than your winners. I tend to disagree. I would rather study winners all day, all week, simply because if I know what I need to do, then I'll just, you know, I can see what I would know what I need to avoid. So I'm just trying to, now sometimes you are going to lose your winning best setups as well. That is just the nature of the game. There's nothing we can do about that. But you rather put good money on good risk than good money on bad risk. And this is by far the best way you can do that. Is once all your confluences align, patiently wait. You make the most money when you sit on your hands, not by when you're on the charts. You know, chart analysis and all that, that's usually the easy part. Where people get it wrong is they think they have to sit at the computer desk all day. Now I understand some people, you know, like the S&B Capital and all these you know, elite, the top 0.01% traders at these hedge funds and prop firms and the real prop firms, they'll be at their computer desk all day. I'm not talking about them guys, right? I'm talking about once you basically know what you're looking for, just set your trading alerts, move away from your computer, because us as normal traders, we don't really, I'm not saying that the ones who are on S&P Capital, they're not normal, you know, but they do think different. They get trained, they have psychology coaches and all this support on a daily basis. So trust me when I say, yeah, so just stick to what I'm about to show you, and it shall serve you well. Now we've got this pattern over here. What do I mean by pattern? All this bearish trend coming to the downside. Now we're getting wick rejections here from buyers. Now why do you think this trade lost? So if you took a buy from here, why do you think this setup lost? All this bearish volume coming towards the downside, price still wanted to push further down, right? But we were looking for a, see, this is another thing. Think about it. When you focus on buying from support levels, you're basically now trading reversals. Does that make sense? Price is on the way up, reach a resistance, I'm trading a reversal. This is no longer like I'm fighting a, when you're trading reversals, many times you're gonna be fighting the trend, and when you fight the trend, you're gonna get slaughtered. It's like trying to block a river that's coming full speed at you. You can't do that, or a tsunami coming at you, right? You can't do that. So it would be insane. Now when it comes to trading, all this volume, I don't want to stand in the way. I would rather, and again, breakouts, when you're trading breakouts, you can align it with the trend, and that's what I like to do, and that's what makes, you know, this strategy more and more powerful, but super simple though. Visually very easy to understand as well. Mark your zones, price breaks through, comes down to retest, take your entry, price breaks through this zone, you know, comes down to retest, push through, obviously you get taken out here, but if you got the risk to reward on your side, if you got risk management on your side, you know, psychology, everything in check, it's a very simple system. I don't want to make this video too long, but I hope you understand that you backtest this, right? You can try every other strategy out there, but the breaker retest is going to be by far the most simple one. And what I personally think is, and you try ICT and all these other strategies, guys, the breaker retest is going to be the one that's going to actually change your trading the fastest, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Could be wrong, but I don't think so, because the students that I work with, I've seen how some of them, how fast. I've had a few students where they just picked the strategy up in 1 or 2 days. My refined edge, the way I trade the break and retest, it is different to a little bit to this, but it is the break and retest. But obviously, as the markets change and all that, you have to refine. But it is just literally a super simple system. But yeah, just backtest this, check the video, watch the video a few times, and yeah, join the Discord community as well. Take care. I'm out.